In this video right here, I'm going to be talking about the true most expensive item on Roblox that you probably have never heard of. A lot of people believe, due to people telling them or convincing them, that there are certain items on Roblox that are the most expensive. These include dominuses, sparkle times, domino crowns, and all sorts of that. Well, what if I were to tell you right now that those actually really are not the most expensive items on Roblox, and there are items that are way more expensive? I'm going to show you in this video that I'm 100% being honest. There are items that are way more expensive. Now, if this video is enjoyable to you, hit that subscribe button. It is completely free, and if you don't enjoy my content later, you can always unsubscribe. With that being said right there, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So to go ahead and start this video off, I want to actually put up a little bit of an analogy. So let's say you are selling apples, and while you're selling apples, there are also 4 other people that are selling apples. Now, everything about this is the exact same. You're all selling the same apple with the same advertising, and you can't change anything like that. Now, let's also say that there are 5 people trying to buy these apples. If you're not allowed to change the advertising, the marketing, change the apple, or anything like that, the only thing that you can really change about you selling these apples is the price of the apple. Now, the other people that are selling these apples as well are competing with you. You guys are not friends, and you all just want to sell your apples and make the most amount of money. Now, the thing is though, the people that want to buy these apples right here are just gonna go ahead and buy it for the cheapest price possible. If they're all the same, there's no point in them spending extra money if they don't need to. So that means if you do want to sell your apple, you're gonna have to sell it for the lowest price possible. That makes it so that you don't actually end up losing money. And this can be kind of a headache. If someone wants to sell their apples a lot cheaper than you're willing to go, you're gonna end up with just some apples and nothing to do with them. I don't know the exact word to name that situation, but I'm just gonna call it market competition. And because of that, the people that are selling the apples aren't gonna make as much money as they possibly could if there were no other sellers, and it really just benefits the consumer. Now, let's change the analogy up a little bit. Let's say that you're now the only person that does sell apples, and there's still 5 people trying to buy your apples. But another difference in this situation is you only have 1 apple to actually sell. Basically, this creates a monopoly where these people still want to buy these apples, but they're gonna actually have to go ahead and talk to you and only you to get one. So instead of you competing with other sellers to lower your price, the people that want to buy the apples are going to have to compete against each other to make the price as high as possible. Because at the end of the day, whoever's going to pay the most for that apple is going to get it. Now, since you're the only one that owns this apple, you can set it at any price you want. If you wanted to, you could just say that it's priceless and that no one can ever pay any money for it. Technically, in this situation, that apple is worth more than anything. It's worth more than a mansion, a Lamborghini, a private jet, just about anything. So you might be a little confused here. Why do I keep talking about apples? Like, what does this all mean? So I'm gonna actually bring it back to Roblox and explain what I'm talking about. So if we go over here to the collectibles and go to high to low, as you can see, there are a lot of items here. Now, if you go look at the Dominus Empress, you probably look at this item and think that it is one of, if not the most expensive items on Roblox. And if you look at the price being 137 million Robux, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, this is just so expensive. Like, this is unbelievable. Now, although this item is worth quite a bit, it's actually kind of unstable. And it's unstable because there's a lot of people that do own this item. If we go over and look up items right here, and then we go click on the Dominus Empress, as you can see, it does have 7 premium copies. So that's 7 people that can change the price of it. Now, 7 may not seem like a lot, but if you remember back to the Apple analogy, 7 people is 7 people competing. Now, realistically, I don't know how many people are really trying to trade this Dominus off, but I'm just saying if they were trying to do it, then they could, and it would be a competed market. Now, I would like to introduce you to the Ultra Commando. Now, at first glance, this item is a lot less than the Dominus Empress. The Dominus Empress was selling at around 100 million something, while this one's only selling at 50 million. Now, if you don't know the story about Ultra Commando, it was basically given to Ultra Goat because he did go through some health problems. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but Roblox did decide to give this to him for, I believe, beating the health problems that he was having, which is really great. You love to see that. It's really nice to see that on Roblox, and it was really exciting to see this happen. Now, after he did receive this item, it did go limited, meaning that it is up for trade and that he can sort of trade it off to whoever wants it. But since he is the only one that does own this item, it is technically priceless. There's no other person that could compete with him to trade this item off, he controls it and can set it at whatever price he wants. Now, instead of making this item actually priceless, what he's done here is he set it for 50 million Robux. For quite a while, it was set a lot higher because he didn't really want anyone to buy it. He wanted to still own it, but recently he's kind of been considering trading it and moving on from it. Now, obviously 50 million is still quite a lot of Robux. I don't really think people are going to be buying this because it's just too much for someone to spend. But I mean, this guy kind of controls it, and if someone wants to spend enough for this item, there's probably a price that he would take. And if UltraGoat doesn't like the price that someone is offering for this item, he can just say absolutely not, no thank you, and the person that wants it can't go talk to anyone else. He can only talk to UltraGoat. So although the Dominus Emprius is a very rare and expensive item, it really could just go down at any point in time and no one could do anything about it. It's not a monopoly owned item, so the people that do want to sell it will have to compete with others that are trying to sell it. For example, if Stickmaster Luke wanted to set it at 618 million Robux that he does have it right now, he really can't do that because the person right here, Build Into Games, can set it at 137 million, which they have done, and lower the price really. So yeah, the true secret limited item on Roblox is the Ultra Commando, and honestly, it is priceless. So yeah, that's really all I want to say. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.